Good evening, and welcome to the Daily Voice presented by VNN. Bringing you today's top 5 Canadian news stories on March 10th, 2025. Let's get started. Mark Carney has officially been elected as the new leader of the Liberal Party of Canada, securing an overwhelming 85.9% of the vote. The former Bank of Canada and Bank of England governor will soon be sworn in as Canada's next Prime Minister, replacing Justin Trudeau. Carney's first priorities will be tackling Trump's trade war, stabilizing Canada's economy, and deciding whether to call an early election. While he does not currently hold a seat in Parliament, his landslide victory has positioned him as a strong contender to lead the Liberals into the next election. A new bill introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives aims to prevent federal funding from being used for military action against Canada, Greenland, or Panama. Proposed by Rhode Island Representative Seth Magaziner, the No Invading Allies Act seeks to restrict presidential war powers, requiring congressional approval before engaging in offensive military operations against these regions. The bill is seen as a direct response to Trump's past rhetoric about annexing Canada and seizing Greenland. However, analysts suggest it is unlikely to pass, given the Republican-controlled House. While mostly symbolic, the bill highlights ongoing concerns about Trump's foreign policy stance. Ontario has officially implemented a 25% surcharge on electricity exports to the United States, targeting New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. The move is part of Canada's countermeasures against U.S. tariffs. Premier Doug Ford has warned that Ontario may increase the surcharge or cut off electricity exports entirely if the U.S. continues its economic attack on Canada. With Ontario powering 1.5 million American homes and businesses, this measure marks a significant escalation in the trade dispute. As one of his final acts in office, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has proposed a major overhaul of the RCMP. His plan calls for the National Police Force to phase out frontline provincial and municipal policing by 2032, focusing solely on federal priorities such as counter-terrorism, cybercrime, and organized crime. The proposal has sparked controversy, with provinces that rely on RCMP services concerned about the cost of transitioning to independent forces. While Alberta and British Columbia have already explored alternatives, other provinces argue that the existing cost-sharing model is essential. Whether Prime Minister-designate Mark Carney will continue with this proposal remains uncertain. Canada has pledged $272.1 million in new foreign aid for Bangladesh and the Indo-Pacific region, emphasizing healthcare, gender equality, and climate resilience. The announcement follows the U.S. decision to freeze foreign aid under President Trump's administration. International Development Minister Ahmed Hussein stated that the funding will support 14 projects, including women's healthcare and inclusive education. With over 100,000 Bangladeshi Canadians, this move signals Canada's commitment to global alliances and independent foreign policy efforts. That's all for today's top stories. Thank you for joining us on the Daily Voice, presented by VNN. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll see you next time.